But not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three River Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Throwing to start here is Tua. Got his man, and that's the rookie fourth-round pick. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. You look at this Steeler defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
They'll keep it on the ground. Thorne. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
11 more on that one and another first down. Now it's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They are such a talented team of defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Ravens take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Pass complete, George Pickens with it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down. The Steelers at 9-6 now. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
All right, come on. Hey, 21, TA.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. 20. That's caught downfield by Pickens. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. George Pickens with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now a hit and a loose football. And it looks like the defense has got it. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Got an open man, it's Pickens. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A good gain of 12 yards that time. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
No gain on the play there, second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10.
Yeah, ready. Turbo 1, high. Set.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Isaiah Likely, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the gun, Jackson eluding the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on a flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
3rd and 9 here. Jackson now. Flush to his, and a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. The Ravens send their punter out now. Back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. That's going to be caught by Pickens. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll They'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. I mean, look at this Baltimore defense.
They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Meeting the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. They go play action with Jackson. Flushed out right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
This is 2nd and 8.
Now a handoff up the middle. Thorne. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Jackson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Tucker now for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's the 2nd down and 6.
Ready.
Pretty entertaining start. 14-all the score on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Ready.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. That's going deep for Bateman. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness, it's been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
They'll run on 1st down. Thorne. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a 4th down after the scramble. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
These two teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13. And it was the visiting Steelers who came away victorious, so they'll look to claim the season series with a win here in Pittsburgh. Now a 2nd and 10.
Ready. Watch it, Oscar. G, 21G. Turbo 1, hard. Turbo 1, hard. Hey. Let's go.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. And the tight end goes in motion left. Now Tua.
Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
as a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Throwing is Jackson. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll find Metcalf. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw is Jackson. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
No, we changed it.
To throw again is Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. The slot man in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, he got great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Right back to him on 1st down. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. They'll try it with Ali.
He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the great move out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being...
They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have broken the tie.
So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And Thomas has it. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Get set. Hey, 21 TX. Turbo 1, hard.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Here's Tua.
Throwing out left and finding Likely.
The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
TX.
Tua to throw again. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
21G, 21G. Hey! Let's go.
Tua sets up to pass it. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set them back on second.
This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the gun, it's Jackson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've got to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
They go right back to White here on first down.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So a second NFL interception for him, and he is looking the part here in year one.
And normally, partner, you talk about cornerbacks and safeties being the ball hawk type of guys, and they always will be because they'll get more opportunities. This young man has potential to be a ball hawk from the linebacker position. I think that's why he was drafted as high as he was, and he'll stay on the field on most downs.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now it's Jackson. He finds his man, complete. It's Ali. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 7 yards there and a first down. Now it's Jackson. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Now receiver in motion left. From the gun, Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. From 3 yards out. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Tua going to throw.
A little short one there, caught by Likely.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
From just shy of midfield,
Tua, he finds Pickens over the middle.
and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
7 yards there and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And they'll send Pickens in motion right here. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
All right.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Now Tua. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
They'll start on the ground. Here's Ali.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold them.
Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Going for the deep ball. And got his man complete. And all the way to the opposite 49-yard line.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
On first down, it's a run with Ali.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. In motion right, that's Metcalf. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 40-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. offense on third down tonight? They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Jackson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
He'll find Bateman once more.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. They'll go up the middle with White. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Opting to run again here with White.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 56 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. And Bateman, and he'll go in motion right here.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Forced out to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua.
That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Steelers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2.
Tua going to try and throw for it.
And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Throwing is Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Gomez. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First target, first catch, and a first down. Now Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
And Jackson throwing once more. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
To the 36-yard line. Stop there.
And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 7.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. To throw is Jackson. Being chased out left. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Jackson.
That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here's Jackson. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
Here's 1st and 10. Tua.
And that is incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like having there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Hey, 21 TX. Turbo 1, high.
Now Tua. He's got Pickens complete.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
21G.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
20 TX.
Throwing Tua. Pass complete, it's likely. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Here's Tua. No hesitation, goes right back to Likely.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. Tua to throw.
He'll let this go for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10. Tagovailoa. Got an open man. It's Pickens.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Tua. He'll get that out to the flat to White.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here's 1st down.
Ready. Watch it, Oscar.
Tua. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Ravens have just about sewn up this football game.
At their own 20-yard line.
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it.
Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission, neck and neck at the end, but a great job to come in here in a tough environment, Charles, and get the victory.
Yeah, tough environment indeed. How about all the people we can hear shouting from their seats right below us, partner? They weren't real happy that their team didn't keep the home field. How about how these visitors came in, calm every step of the way, even with all the pressure, and found a way to get out of here with a win.
So for Baltimore,
they get the critical victory to move them to 9-7 now.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on.